Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Simability Racing League. The SK Super Series is underway. Round 3, presented live here on JP Broadcasting, right on YouTube. Tonight we have 100 laps. Where we're at is Concord, one of the craziest tracks, or at least one of the craziest configurations of tracks we're going to be going to all season. It's kind of like a mini Pocono. It's got a lot of banking. Turn 3 is extremely tight. We'll see possibly quite a few spins coming out of there, coming to the checker flag. It's a big momentum racetrack, so you really want to pay attention to where you're entering the corner and what you're doing, because you have to keep that momentum up. You have to keep that speed up, otherwise you're going to be sitting ducks. We've got a big battle going on for the championship right now. Tom Johnson, our defending champion in the number 23 machine, is tied for first place with Don Koneman, the runner-up last season. So it's starting to heat up front, and we've got a three-way battle for 11th place. And these guys are just getting started. We have got 20 races on the schedule. This is round number 3. And we're going to bring it all to you right here on JP Broadcasting. Don Koneman in the number 97 machine, currently fastest on the charts. Chris Robert's in second. And Billy Wise, third quick so far in practice. Only a few more minutes left, 4 minutes left in practice for these drivers. Trying to get all they can. They get an hour of practice before the race. Really lets the track rubber in and lets these drivers get a feel for the setup that they're running. They run fixed setups here. They do work on setups throughout the week to help build a good setup, but they do run a fixed setup in this league. And if you're interested in checking out the league, make sure you look us up in iRacing, Simability Racing League. And if you're looking to get into sim racing and want to know how you can make it happen and you don't really see many options for you, look up Simability.com. They will help you find all the things you need to get on track with us. And then you can come racing here with the Simability Racing League. We race every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern is when practice starts. So if you're interested in joining, make sure you check them out as well. A few drivers on the track right now. Steven Kiefer looks like he's doing something crazy there. This camera going crazy. Steven Kiefer in the number 22 machine. He's fourth quick on the boards right now. His fastest lap, 15.547. And Koneman on top of the charts with a 15.353. So not really that far off. We look all the way down to 6th place with Daniel Cook driving the number 11 machine. And he's still at 15.589. So only not even 0.3 of a second, 2.5 tenths of a second off between the top 6. So we got some good drivers really close in the field. And even as we go down, Dalton Brown down in 12th is only at a 15.7. So 3 to 4 tenths of a second separating these drivers right now. And we got a 13 car field out here, so it's going to make for some good racing. Not sure what is going on with our cameras right now, but Chris Robert's up on the racetrack right now in that number 98 machine, trying to chase down Koneman. He's about 5 thousandths off, and they are wrecking all over in the corners there. Drivers on the track coming on. There's Billy Wise. Looks like he's running a little different paint scheme. I think it's looking at Dalton Brown there doing the 33. We had a big update with iRacing. Everything's kind of going crazy. So bear with us here, folks. We'll get you taken care of. Johnson, the number 23 machine. Currently tied with Koneman, who's pulling up right behind him for the points lead. Johnson only 5th quick right now, so Johnson's going to have to really make it happen in the race if he wants to get that points lead from Koneman coming out of here. And next week, we do have a big weekend of racing. We go to Five Flags Motor Speedway down in sunny Florida, and it is our first All-Star Challenge race. These drivers are going to be competing 4 different races for a cash prize if you can win all 4 races. So make sure you tune in next week. It's going to be some short track craziness going down at Five Flags here with the Simability SK Super Series. You do not want to miss it. And right now, practice is over. So these guys are going to go into the pits. They're going to get ready to do some qualifying. And we are going to see what these drivers have on 2-lap pace. They get 2 laps, single car qualifying. And we will check in with our drivers in just a moment. Let's take a look at Tom Johnson. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Let's take a look at Tom Johnson out on the track right now. Let's see what Johnson can pull off here. Koneman currently has the top slot. And Billy Wise goes faster than Don Koneman with a 15.684. Wow. Tom Johnson going to clock in 5th quick with a 16.159. Billy Wise up at the top of the charts. Koneman's off the track. Billy Wise might claim his first pole in a very long time. I don't even have the records on the one last time Billy Wise sat in that number 1 position, so I bet he is screaming. He was telling me earlier today that he was very ready and he was going for it this week. He's definitely had some tough luck the last 2 races. This season has really been rough on him. He's been caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's been quick. And now look at him. Chris Roberts clocks in P4 at the moment. We'll see if we can take a peek at what's going on with Roberts on the racetrack right now. And can he knock Billy Wise down? Oh, and he does. He brings it in with a 15.614. 0.07 of a second quicker than Billy Wise. Still great front row start for Billy Wise. I'm sure he's definitely going to be happy with that one. And I believe we're just about to the end of our practice session. So if you will, ladies and gentlemen, rise, move your caps, and join in to our national anthem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready to go racing. Qualifying is over. Chris Roberts is going to take the pole in a mad dash on his second lap, knocking Billy Wise down by not too much. Not really much. 0.05 of a second, the difference between Chris Roberts and Billy Wise making up your front row. Don Koneman is going to settle for third position, and Daniel Cook's going to line up outside that second row. Stephen Kiefer is going to start in the fifth position, and Tom Johnson going to take sixth. Inside row number 4, Bobby Wise puts a great lap down and starts at number 14 in seventh, with Dalton Brown lining alongside him. Travis Zunema is going to start ninth, with Jacob DeGrand starting in 10th position. Brian Lowhead's going to take 11th, with Johnny Berardi starting his outside in 12th. Rounding out your field is going to be Andrew Smith in that number 87 machine, and Thomas Wise in the number 3. So big stacked field, 14 cars here today, and they are rolling off behind that pace car, following this guy right here, Chris Roberts, gonna lead him to the green for round number 3 of the SK Super Series. And I believe they're going to get 2 laps to take them green here. Yep, and this is going to be the one to go signal. That pace car ducks off in the middle of the backstretch, so we're going to really have to watch the restarts coming through that final turn. It is kind of a 3 and 4 situation. You got to almost double apex it. And that pace car pulls off really soon, as we're about to see. So the pace car pulls off, and the leader's got to wait for green on this restart. And I'm not sure what in the world is going on with cameras right now. And we're going to go green flag racing, and it looks like my cameras are being goofy. So bear with us. We're going to get you through it till the first yellow flag we may have. And we're going racing. Roberts out front. Koneman taking second from Billy Wise. And some battling going on. Roberts still out front. Koneman, Wise, Cook, Johnson, your top 5. And there's the first caution flag. Looks like Bobby Wise had an issue. Let's take a look at what happened there. Outside of Zunema, bumps into Zunema, gets into that wall, and spins it right on around. He's going to have to come back up from the back. He had a great starting position. And if you give me one moment, folks, we are going to take a second and see if we can solve these camera issues while we are under a caution flag. And we will get back at it. I think we found the culprit of the issue. So we are back. Thanks for joining us here on JP Broadcasting. We appreciate you stopping by. Even if you're watching later, we appreciate you coming and checking us out. We love getting out racing, and we love spreading the word about Simability, and knowing that no matter what you got, no matter what you got going on, that sim racing is possible. And these guys all right here prove it 100%. A great group of guys to race with. I raced a few seasons with these guys, and they're such fierce competitors. They love racing. They make mistakes. They're not always mad at you. They come back, and everything's good. And these guys just really have a big heart when it comes to racing. So they love getting together. They call it their Wednesday therapy, and a lot of these guys sometimes really need that. So it's good to see that these guys have everything they need when it comes to racing. and good friends. We got 14 drivers on the track, 14 drivers in the Discord. I tell you what, sometimes that's a little more entertaining than it is here on track. But right now, it's about to heat up because we've got Chris Roberts and Don Koneman going to be starting side by side, and Roberts is going to have that start once his pace car pulls off. So Koneman is going to be tough to catch this number 98. He's very quick, and he's got that whole big turn to mash that loud pedal. I believe this is going to be 1 to go. And there it is. They're going to go double file. 6 laps complete so far out of 100. I have a feeling we're going to see a few more caution flags in this race. It's such a short, tight racetrack with some goofy kind of turns. You see this one right here, the little dog leg. You fly through this turn and just hope them tires stick. Well, the pace car is going to pull off. What is Chris Roberts going to do? Where is he going to go? Is he going to go through the middle of the corner, or is he going to wait for that start box? And there it is. He's on the gas. Koneman right alongside. Koneman even gets a better start than Roberts. Can he hold it on the outside? It's the better place to start here. Koneman takes the lead. Billy Wise, Daniel Cook, but Billy Wise all the way to the back in 13th. Caution flag is out. Something happened with the number 32 machine. Looks like he gets down 3 wide below Chris, and he just gets into the apron, slides it. It looks like he keeps it off the wall. Great job by Billy holding on to it, but that's going to bring out our second caution flag. I believe he's going to stay on the lead lap, but that puts Koneman now in front of Roberts. Can Roberts pull the same move Koneman just pulled on him on this next restart and use that high line to his advantage and not have to lift as much going into turn number 1? If he's going to do it, he's going to have to be with Koneman the moment he puts that throttle down. So we'll have to see if Koneman can take it. He's got the restarts under his belt in this car. And Roberts, although very, very quick, I don't know if he's quite learned Koneman's little tricks. So we'll see if he's got it down. But Daniel Cook riding there in the number 11 machine. 3rd place. Looks like someone, Bobby Wise must be getting a wave around there in the number 14 machine. A couple drivers looked like they had to hit pit road. Jacob DeGran on pit road. Looks like he got involved in a little bit of that mess in the first one. And it looks like he's just taking a pit stop, and he's down a lap there. So see if he gets back on. And Bobby Wise going to get back on the lead lap as well as we get going. Tom Johnson working his way up, but look at Travis Zudema, the number 90 machine. Oh, he's getting into the back of Kiefer. He's up 3 positions already, but our biggest mover so far is the number 3 machine of Thomas Wise, getting it done in the Wise Guys paint scheme. Mike just gained a few extra points, and a really, really tough rig we were talking about earlier for Billy Wise. He's ended up in the wrong spots and having some tough luck, and it's showing right here. Down 10 spots from his starting position in the second row, or on the front row, sorry. So yeah, he's got a little bit of work to do. He doesn't have any laps down, so he'll be all right. He'll be able to continue and work his way up, and we're getting ready to go green flag racing. Koneman's going to have to start this time. Here goes the pace car. The pace car is going to pull off. And that number 97 is itching to get some clean air. Let's see what he can do with it here on the restart. He's got him full car length, 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths on Roberts by the time they get to the line. Great start for Koneman. Roberts going to have to work on it. We got a car going way up high. I believe that's Travis Zudem, the number 90 machine. Really, really wide into turn number 1. Then he gets it straight back around. Battle between Tom Johnson and Daniel Cook. Johnson gets by for the 3rd position, but Daniel Cook is going to want it back. Koneman all of a sudden pulling way forward. He's got almost a second over top of Chris Roberge now. Johnson really taking some heat. Thomas Wise trying to put some pressure on the back of Johnny Berardi. And it kind of fans out a little bit going on here between Kiefer and everybody. Really tight battle. Keeping it single file so far. Billy Wise trying to work his way up from the back of the field. He's made up 2 positions since the restart, and we have another caution flag. Looks like Bobby Wise has an issue there. You see him turn sideways coming out of turn number 1. So let's see what made that transpire. That's going to be Bobby's second spin on the day. Still learning how to drive these cars, and it looks like he just got a little loose on entry, which you never want to see happen, and got that car sideways. So Bobby Wise, a couple laps down still, and having a little bit more trouble. And that is 19 laps complete out of 100. 81 more laps to go. Don Koneman in the lead. Chris Roberge in second. Daniel Cook running third. Tom Johnson fourth. And Travis Zudema has got that number 90 machine up in the top 5. See Bobby Wise getting a wave around the 14 machine. Look, I believe that's Jacob DeGrand there getting a wave around as well. Let's see if we can get a closer view of that car. There he is, the number 906. Jacob DeGrand, newer to our league. Pretty cool paint scheme on that machine. He is going to get back onto the lead lap with that wave around. And I believe we're going to be getting ready to go 1 to go right here at Stripe and get going back racing. No, I believe we have 1 more lap. Yep, lights are still on the pace car. So 1 more lap under caution. There goes Robert Wise for another wave around. Going to get him back on, sorry, Bobby Wise on another lap over. He's not on the lead lap quite yet, but he is our last place driver so far in 14th. So, gonna get him possibly 1 more wave around and maybe get him back on the lead lap if we can, but he had a couple spins. He's got a couple laps down, so we'll see what we can do, but I believe the lights are going off on the pace car, and they are. We're gonna line them up 2 by 2 and get this race going again. 1/4 of the race over, 3/4 left to go. Lots of action here at Concord Speedway with the Simability SK Super Series. Live on JP Broadcasting. That pace car's pulling in. It's all going to be on Koneman. Can Roberge get him on this start and not let him get away? Koneman on the loud pedal, and he's going to get another great start. Green flag in the air. We're back racing. Getting back single file. Couple Billy Wise trying to come up. Looks like Thomas Wise just got past Stephen Kiefer. Thomas Wise up 6 positions in that number 3. Oh, he gets it in Johnny Berardi. They're spinning. That's going to be a caution flag. Number 3, and they're wrecking hard on the backstretch. Brian Lowhead into it. Johnny Berardi. Looks like Andrew Smith might have made it. Smith has lots of damage to his number 87 machine. Smoke coming out in the back. That's not meant any good. Looks like Jacob DeGrand got into it a little bit as well, and I believe Smith's engine just let go. So that's going to be rough. Let's see what happened with Johnny Berardi on his onboard. Just feels that bump and it sends him right around. Let's See if we can catch that from Thomas Wise's view. Here we see coming up, we'll see it right here in just a moment. Johnny Berardi, the car in front of Wise. He gets a really good run coming on the number 99 machine, coming out of the turn 3. Tries to go down to the inside, and Berardi was just there, gives him a little bump, sends him around, and a bunch of carnage ensues. So back under caution here. Don Koneman's still out front. Chris Robert's still right next to him there. And Daniel Cook holding on to third place in that number 11's machine quite nicely. Took that position back from Tom Johnson and is now holding on fairly well. Don Koneman, the fastest lap of the race so far, 15.417 to Robert's 15.430. Such fast times. The next fastest lap is with Daniel Cook with a 15.872. So those two leaders got some speed figured out on this track. A couple of the other drivers still trying to figure out where they're getting it from. But they're battling up front. You never know what could happen. Roberts and Koneman could get into it, and all of a sudden this guy right here is there to pounce. And Tom Johnson, don't forget, Mr. Consistency in the number 23. He is laying in waiting. As we see the lights are off in the pace car, we're going to get ready to go back green. But watch that number 23. He will sneak up and get you when you're least expecting it. But Don Koneman going to have to restart. Lap 30 going to be complete when we hit the stripes. 70 laps more of racing. The pace car's off. And the field is somewhat spread out. These guys aren't too close to each other, so they're trying to stay. And Koneman's on the loud pedal coming out of 3. Green flag in the air. And it looks like Daniel Cook's going to get to the inside of Roberts. Can he get by him? He does. Daniel Cook up to second. Roberts sure to fight back. Looks to the inside in 3. He's going to give him some room. Cook leaves him some room. Great racing between these two for first and second position. And Cook either going to pull away or Roberts going to back way off. Not sure if Roberts had an issue. But now Tom Johnson falling under fire. Travis Zuma gets by, and now Dalton Brown right out of his rear with Stephen Kiefer on his tail. Koneman almost has a second over top of Daniel Cook. Oh, and Stephen Kiefer getting by Dalton Brown and just getting to the wall a little bit there, coming out of 4. It happens. Billy Wise, Thomas Wise, everybody back here battling it out, getting by Johnny Berardi. Stephen Kiefer and Tom Johnson really going at it. Dalton Brown's right on Kiefer's rear, so these guys are all very, very close. And it looks like Robert Wise there down on the bottom getting lapped one more time. Don Koneman out front pulling a big gap already, over a second over top of Daniel Cook there in second. Chris Roberts there running third. And then we go back to the action by Travis Zunema. He's somewhat pulling away from it. But Tom Johnson right behind him trying to catch with Kiefer and Dalton Brown in tow. So a couple leaders getting away. 3 cars getting away from the battle. And then we've got a couple little packs down here. But the caution flag is back out. And if I'm not mistaken, I just see Chris Roberts having an incident, but Johnny Berardi looks to be the cause. So we'll take a peek at what happened with Johnny. Spins coming out of 3 and up back into traffic right in front of Robert Wise, and everybody starts checking up. Not sure what happened. Oh, and it looks like Roberts and Cook got into it. So what happened there? That's a totally different ball game. What happened? Chris Chris Roberge and Daniel Cook. Looks like, I believe Ryan Lowhead there in the 24 checked up, and the 11 got in on, yeah, that's Brian Lowhead on his roof. So they all checked up and caused a big pileup with two of our leaders, Chris Roberge, Daniel Cook, in the pit lane right now, 9th and 10th. And that opens up the door for the number 90 machine, Travis Zudema, up to P2, right behind Don Koneman. And there he is, Tom Johnson, still sitting there in 3rd position on that number 23 machine. Staying consistent, staying up front, waiting for anything to happen. Koneman keeps getting away, and he keeps getting slowed down by these cautions. Now he's got Zudema and Johnson on his tail. Will they be able to do anything to Koneman on this next restart? Billy Wise still trying to work his way up this field. He's only up to 7th position right now, so struggling in the back. Not sure if it's just trying to get through a little bit slower cars or what's going on, but he qualified outside pole and now he's running back in 7th position. So I have to imagine either he's got some damage on that car or something that's preventing him from getting up front. But we're lining up 2 by 2, 42 laps going to be complete once we cross the stripe. And Koneman's going to get on that loud pedal, and Zudema is outside. Can Zudema use that high lane and take the lead from Koneman? He's been very, very quick today. Koneman gets on it way quicker than Zudema. 2 car lengths a gap by the time they hit the front straightaway. And the green flag is back out. Getting it straight all the way through. And Koneman pulling way ahead. Tom Johnson, big battle coming up behind. Thomas Wise looking to the inside of Kiefer and the inside of Dalton Brown. And it looks like those two are going to be battling side by side as well. And Billy Wise trying to stick his nose up in there. He's going to try to get by Dalton Brown and get back up to 6th. Looks like we got a car coming out of the pit lane that's going to be tight. Just slowed up Wise's run there. But it looks like he's actually going to take the spot from Dalton Brown, move Billy Wise up to 6th position. And Don Koneman's already got 2 seconds over top of Zudema. Look at the gap. Back to Travis Zudema. Back to Johnson and Kiefer, who is all over his tail. But Thomas Wise really trying to make some moves up to P5, and the caution flag out once again. Almost made it to halfway, as you see Jacob DeGrand there sideways in turn number 2. Take a look and see what happened. DeGrand running the high line, letting people by, or just running the high line, and the 11 gets loose and they come together. I'm gonna have to take one more look at that from a different angle. The 11 goes low, he gets a little loose. Oh, and DeGrand tries to avoid a slow car on the outside to make it 3 wide and takes out Cook. That is a really, really tough break right there. But it can be handled. We do have some fast repairs. But look who is in the lead, Thomas Wise, but he's going to the pits. Oh man, everybody's taking pit stops right now while we were doing that. So Chris Roberge's first car behind the pace car now. And that should help him with what he's trying to do. Because that falling back is tough. Getting around Koneman is tough. And it looks like Koneman is going to come out of the pits. 2nd place. So he's going to have Koneman on the outside again. Last time Koneman started to the outside of Chris Roberge, he got him going through turn number 1. And that outside is a great place to start if you can match the leader's throttle. So can Koneman do it again? It looks like he might. He's being shown, yep, he's going to get that pass, but man, this is going to be a start. We just hit halfway here with the Simability Racing League. I believe that's 5 cautions already now. So these guys really going to be looking to get it together these last 50 laps and try to get some green flag racing going. No, it's a short track. It's a kind of a different configuration than what everybody's usually used to, which is going to cause a little bit more closeness. But these guys will get her going. It looks like we're going to double it up, and we're going to get 1 to go signal. 1 more lap so we go back green flag racing. Tom Johnson in 3rd. Travis Zunema still 4th, and Billy Wise has got himself worked up to 6th position, or 5th position, sorry. So he's cracked the top 5, looking to get up into the top 2 and maybe win this one. But he's got to get by Don Koneman and Chris Roberge. Roberge on the throttle. What can he do? Koneman's still to the outside in 1 and 2. Really close to the wall. He's gonna hold on. Oh, and in 3, can he do it? Roberge gets a great run, and he's gonna clear Koneman. Travis Zunema gonna try. Not gonna happen. Koneman's gonna dive to the inside of Roberge. What a battle for the lead. Either one of these guys slips up. Travis Zunema right on their tail. And Billy Wise making moves. He's getting by Johnson. He's gonna take 4th position. And Dalton Brown's going to try to follow him by. Brown a lap down, trying to gain some spots to get that pack, but Koneman's still all over Chris Roberge's bumper, but Roberge putting almost a car length in between Koneman on the straightaways, so can he get away, or is Koneman going to catch him right on the tail? It's a little early for the chrome bumper, but don't rule it out towards the end of the race. Already losing Travis Zunema a 2nd behind the leaders now, and Koneman makes a move, dives to the inside. Koneman, can he do it through turn number 3 like Roberge did? He did, and a caution comes out that might have saved him. Oh, and Koneman gets into Thomas Wise on the front straightaway. What is going on here? Thomas Wise dives the inside, and he just turns too hard so he doesn't hit the wall. You see the leader gonna come by. He's backing onto the track, and Koneman tries to go low, and he drives right in front of Koneman. Oh man, Koneman's gonna have a little bit of damage from that. I'm not sure. It looks like Zunema got by. Koneman must have had to drop down or went to the pits or something, but wow, what in the world? Crazy turn of events. Roberge out front and Koneman down to 7th position. Drivers taking some pit stops as we are about to hit the 60 lap mark. Travis Zunema, that number 90 machine, he did fall back from Roberge and Koneman, but he's doing a great job running that number 90 machine up in the top 3 for most of the day so far. Up 7 positions, currently the biggest gainer in the race. Koneman down to 10th position, a lap down, 7 positions down from where he started up there P3. So Koneman having rough luck. Tom Johnson in the number 23 machine staying Mr. Consistency. And look who we got up to 3rd position now. Billy Wise has got himself up back in the front 2 rows, and he's looking to make some noise. I'm sure him and Zudem are going to have a little bit of a battle. And we've got someone backwards. I believe, is that Dalton Brown backwards on the racetrack? What in the world just happened there? Oh, that was Robert Wise. Okay, we'll see. Bobby Wise, sorry, Bobby Wise crashed. What was that? Oh, he drove up into someone. He drove up into Andrew Smith and spun himself out under caution. There it is. Wow, that was a little crazy there, but hey, sometimes stuff happens in a race car. You're not paying attention or something. That's okay. We're getting ready to go. Back green flag racing. Pace cars diving in. Chris Roberts has got it. Travis Zudem to the outside. Tom Johnson third. And Billy Wise on the top side in fourth. Green flag is in the air. Zudem all over Roberts' tail at the moment. Billy Wise and Tom Johnson are going to battle it out for third position still. Wise trying to hold the outside. Doing a great job. Gets the run coming out of the corner. He clears Tom Johnson going into 3. Move Billy Wise back up to 3rd. Roberts pulling away from Zudem. And Wise now starting to catch Zudem. Already, look at the separation we're starting to get with these drivers here. This is your closest battle on track so far. Billy Wise trying to get back up into P2 where he started. Koneman still lap down. Make that 2 laps down in 12th position, and the caution flag comes out one more time. Johnny Berardi having some issues on the racetrack. Once again, trying not to get in the wall. Keeps that steering wheel too hard, enters the corner too tight, and spins out on the front stretch. Bringing out another caution flag here at Concord. Billy Wise almost making the move on Zudem, but wasn't able to do it. Can he use that inside advantage now that he's got the inside and make a move on Zudem for second and try to run down Chris Roberts up front? Roberts very, very fast, but Billy Wise very quick himself. It looks like it's showing Don Koneman out of the race. I don't know why it's showing Koneman out of the race. And looks like he actually is. So looks like Don Koneman has left, which is gonna give up those points to Tom Johnson. So if Johnson can get a couple more positions here, it will definitely help him in his points championship against Koneman. But it looks like Don Koneman and Ryan Lohead are out. And there's Billy Wise giving a little bump to Roberts. Zudem is getting way back around to second place. Looks like something happened to Zudem there while we were gone. Yes, Tom Johnson going to pick up some points. A lot of these drivers going to pick up some free points with Koneman and Lohead out. And right now, being at the beginning of the season and seeing Koneman out on round number 3 is going to be tough for him, because missing a couple races here and missing out on some points in a couple races here is going to be your life and death. Koneman was a couple points off of Johnson last season, He missed out on the championship by, I have to say, it's under 5 points. And right now, where Johnson's running, Koneman is 13th with Johnson in 4th. He's losing 9 points right here just on this race. And that's not if he pulls up any further. But anyway, we're getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, 72 laps in the books. And Chris Robert is going to lead him to the start one more time. 28 laps to go. And zoom him up, big crash! Down on the front straightaway. That's going to be a caution. That is a track blocker. What in the world just happened there? Take a look at Travis Zuma on the replay here. It looks like he spun it, got into Billy, and then Johnson got into the back of him. So let's take a peek at Tom Johnson's view and see what actually happened here. Zuma almost gets in wise, has to check up. Johnson checks up, but still gets into him. And that's going to take him, spin him out. Looks like his motor's dead. He's going to have to tow out to the pits. So Zunema losing really fairly quickly. A really good run up front. Now Chris Roberts is up there with Billy Wise in second position, and we only have 25 laps to go. And we have multiple cars down on pit lane trying to get service and trying to get fixed. So these guys really got to get to it. We got 4 cars, I believe, on the lead lap. Chris Roberts, Billy Wise, Tom Johnson, and Thomas Wise in the number 3 machine, your last car on the lead lap. We do have the lucky dog point for guys that do get the lucky dog, and there are quite a few cautions, but Thomas Wise doing a great job in that number 3 machine, keeping it on the lead lap with so many people off. Caution flags are very short here. The lap is very short, so these guys going through and taking pit stops, if they're getting tires and fuel, they're going a lap down from the safety car passing them. So you got to really watch that on really short tracks like this, making sure you're not doing anything that's going to cost you any extra time on pit road to lose a lap or anything like that. And we do have a few tracks like that that are going to come our way a little bit later in the season. Next week, we head to Five Flags, Florida for the first All-Star Challenge event. Round number 4 going to happen there as well. It is a points race, but just a special extra event going on. If you can win all 4, you can win $100. We're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Chris Roberts in the lead, Billy Wise in second, Tom Johnson third, and Thomas Wise in 4th. Green flag in the air. Roberts gets a great jump. Tom Johnson battling with Thomas Wise, and Dalton Brown mixing it in right there. A lap down with Jacob DeGrand. Thomas Wise goes way too hard, and that's going to allow Dalton Brown to get inside that number 3 machine. Oh, and he gets into the Thomas Wise, spins him out. That's going to be another caution flag here at Concord. A lap car spinning out Thomas Wise, and he slams into the wall. Hopefully that did not hurt his motor. These things are very tough. Well, they're not very tough. They're very brittle. You can give a little bump and it'll destroy your motor. So that's really a tough break for Thomas. Hopefully it didn't damage his car at all. And Chris Roberts, I don't know if he's liking this or hating this. All these caution flag laps, all these heat cycles on the tires, who knows what they're going to do. When it comes to restarts, they've already done 12 of them, so Those tires have to be pretty worn off trying to get away from the field that many times. Hey, Chris Roberts, Rob up in the booth, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, Chris. So, crazy amount of cautions in this race. You've had to try to pull away from this field quite a few times. Do you got enough to get it done? Billy Wise in that 32 machine is fairly quick and he's on your bumper. Do you got enough tires to make it to the end and pull the win off?
I should have enough tires for it. It's just hard to say. Depends how many times there's more cautions. And some of the guys are trying their best, so we just gotta have patience and all that. So we just gotta see what happens, if we can get a win or not.
For sure. Well, Koneman fell out of the race and he was really, really quick on your tail. And you're still pulling away from him, so you do have the speed to get it done. Good luck in the final 15 laps of the race, and we hope to talk to you here in Victory Lane shortly.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
There you go, folks. Chris Roberts, your leader right now, saying he's got the tires to get it done. I'm sure Billy Wise really wants to say something about that. He said he's really trying to go for it tonight. Will he use that chrome horn in the last 15 laps? We've had so many cautions, why not one more, right? So can he use that chrome horn against Chris Roberts? Or is Tom Johnson in the number 23 gonna get there first? Lights are off on the pace car. Once we get to the stripe, 15 more laps to go. Here in the SK Super Series, round number 3. Chris Roberts leading them to the stripe. And he's on the loud pedal early. Green flag in the air. Billy Wise still on his tail. Getting almost a second over top of Tom Johnson already. Who is going to have the power to get it done? Looks like Steven Kiefer had an issue on that start and he got to the pit lane, so we're going to stay green flag racing with Billy Wise all over Chris Roberts' tail. Can he make something happen? Daniel Cook battling side by side with Travis Zudema. He's going to take that spot from Zudema, move him up to P5, but Zudema going to battle hard on the outside. And he's going to back off of it going through turn 4. Battle up front still ensues. Billy Wise gets into the wall going down the front straightaway, and the caution is out again. Bobby Wise having an issue once more in the number 14 machine. And gets loose coming out of turn 4, getting on the throttle a little too much. I believe that was happened, and he stopped right on the front straightaway, right as the leaders were going by, and that's what caused the caution. So it looks like he jumped to the pits, and I believe he is going to possibly be calling it for that. But Chris Roberts, what happened to Chris Roberts? He goes into the pits. What in the world happened? I don't see any contact. Not sure what's going on with Roberts or why he's in the pit lane. Let's see if we... Yeah, he's in the pit lane there, so not exactly sure what happened in the 98 machine, but he's in there getting tires. And your new leader is Billy Wise in the 32 machine with 7 more laps to go. He's been wanting to get there. He's got up front. He's got to watch out for that number 23 machine. Tom Johnson, he's going to be starting in second place. Right on the outside, Johnson's a very fierce competitor, but Koneman gone with Roberts going to the back. Johnson might be able to see, hey, I watched how Koneman got by Roberts on the outside. Can I do it? To Billy Wise. I have a feeling we're going to have a really tense battle coming up for the win with only a few more laps to go. We're going to get them back doubled up, and we're going to go green flag with 6 more laps of racing here at round number 3. Koneman and Lowhead still out, and Roberts being shown back in 9th position, the last car on the lead lap now. But Billy Wise has got the race in his hands, and he gets on it really early in turn 3. He's going to get by Johnson's, and Brown is going to get by Johnson on the inside here in just a second. There he goes. Andrew Smith gets by Daniel Cook, and it looks like we got somebody in a wall maybe. I don't know if it's getting shown caution, but Billy Wise got a big gap back to Dalton Brown and Tom Johnson. As they're battling very, very hard. Not sure who that was going below the apron. It was Daniel Cook going below the apron. That's very tough to do. Really got to watch out. Dalton Brown trying to catch Billy Wise. Is he going to have enough time? Will we have enough caution? Or have another caution, sorry. 2 more laps to go as Billy Wise crosses the stripe. Mark that 3 laps to go, and we got a battle with Tom Johnson. He's got Andrew Smith all over his tail and Dalton Brown all over his. Gonna be really, really tight here. Roberts trying to work his way back up. He's still in 6th place now, trying to work his way past Daniel Cook as Billy Wise comes across the stripe. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go for the number 32 machine. He said he was going for it tonight, and he did it. Billy Wise coming out of the final turn. Checkered flag in the air. Your winner, Billy Wise. Dalton Brown and the number 33 machine coming home second, and Tom Johnson, Mr. Consistency, going to take home 3rd position. What a finish for the race here tonight. The 2 drivers that were out front the whole race ended up being way in the back for the end of this. Roberts worked his way up back to 5th position, but wow, what a drive for the number 32, Billy Wise. I bet he is super excited for that win right there. What a drive for him. And Dalton Brown, that number 33 machine, you see him running behind him there doing a victory lap. Great finish for that number 33. Great way to get some points up on top of the board at the start of the season. Well, folks, let's get our few drivers, our podium drivers, ready. We gotta wait for them to get out of the car and get unstrapped, get over here. So give us just a moment and we will have our top 3 coming to you live here in just a moment. All right, let's bring Tom Johnson up here in the booth. He's in that number 23 machine. And let's get Tom up here. Hey, Tom, Rob up in the booth. You got me? Hey, Tom, what a crazy race tonight. Take me through what kind of attrition it took. You were like the only driver that I saw that I don't think got caught up in one accident on the racetrack. I believe you were basically clean the whole night. What does it take to stay focused that long when you constantly are being interrupted by cautions? Yeah, those can be tough. What did you think when you saw Koneman go to the pits, and then all of a sudden Roberts goes to the pits with 30 laps to go? What does that do for your race? Yeah, for sure. Now, you got a plan for next week. Five Flags, the first All Star Challenge race. What do you got to do going into Five Flags to try to clinch that first race and try to ensure yourself moving forward into the next three challenge races?
On my own because I'm not going to make it Friday night because I'll be gone. So, because we do practice Friday nights and I won't be around for that. So, I don't know. I'll just have to try to turn some laps on my own or something.
Right
Get
on.
used to the track.
Well, is there anybody you want to thank? Third place, Koneman is 13th, so you gained 10 points on him going into the race here. You were tied for the lead, so 10 points there is a big
That's
a
a
big
big
gap.
thing here for the way our point system is this year. So, um, no, shout out to Billy for doing the footwork on this, and shout out to Glenn for the Simability, and then a shout out to you, Rob, for doing the awesome broadcasts.
Well, thank you very much, and there you have it, folks. P3 Tom Johnson getting it done, gaining the crucial championship points he needed against Don Koneman. And a driver next. He finished P2, driver of the number 33 machine. We got Dalton Brown. Dalton, welcome to the booth. Tell me, what kind of race was that for you?
Wow, it is my first podium. I've been racing with this league for about 2 years now, and this is the first podium I've ever gotten. So I am super duper stoked.
You finally got P2. What? That race was up and down, drivers to the front, all of a sudden drivers to the back, people you wouldn't expect all over the place. What was it like running through that pack and that last 5 laps knowing, please don't have a caution, please don't have a caution? What kind of mental games were going on in your head there?
It was beautiful. I saw that 10 lap shootout starting to happen on the laps counting down, and I knew it was going to be a great ending. And couldn't have a better guy in front of us, Billy Wise, like kind of chairman of the group, whatever you'd call him. Love racing with him. Real good to be in second to close one out.
Yeah. So what did you have to do to get up there? You've been fairly quick, but sometimes you just are not quick enough to get past the wrecks and whatnot going by. So what changed tonight? What did you do differently to keep yourself out of those problems and keep yourself up at front so that way when issues did happen, you were able to grasp those issues and take them and get around them?
I wouldn't say that luck didn't play a little bit of a part in my strategy here tonight, but I like to stay patient, like to not be in the way, and just played it calm, tried to slow down when it was time to slow down, and just ended up in the right spot.
Well, the right spot looks good on you. P2, Dalton. Anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go tonight?
like to thank my mother. I'm driving the 33 green car in honor of Chico Alberto, and my grandmother. That was a racing deal back at Sunshine back in the day. So racing one of their cars.
Gotcha. Well, it looks like we've got a little bit different paint scheme on our stream, so we'll have
Yeah,
to.
I need to update the trading paints on that one. I've got it on the non-trading paints version.
Oh, there it is. All right. Well, we'll get that figured out so that way we can get that paint scheme out. And you go and bask of that first podium here with Simability. P2 for Dalton Brown and at number 33.
Hey, thanks, guys. Love being part of the league. I appreciate it.
Congratulations to him. Make sure you send a shout out down to him for a great showing. And now, the man of the hour. He told me earlier today that he was going for it. He's had a run of bad luck, and he wanted himself a win. Billy Wise, welcome to Victory Lane, my friend. Welcome to Victory Lane. How does it feel?
Thank you, my brother. It feels amazing. I told you earlier, hey man, we've had bad luck. I'm going for it tonight because I knew we had a little bit of speed and we were good up there on the speed charts. So yeah, we went for it, and hey, look at us in Victory Lane.
We gotta know what happened with Chris Roberts. We were going through and looking at a caution that had just happened, and all of a sudden, Roberts is in the pits. Did you scare him? What happened there?
I'm not sure. I don't know what happened to Chris. On one restart, he was real slow on the real restart, and I got down on the apron and spun it out all by myself, just trying to miss him. And I think it was Travis. Somebody said they were trying to go around the high side, and it was just a bad restart. Real bad restart.
Well, it was definitely a tough break for him. He did make it back up to fifth, but wow, what a drive for you. You kept it clean. Oh, yeah, you did have that one spin trying to keep it clean, and,
Yep.
and it was beautiful. You didn't really hit anything. You kept it out of the pit lane. You didn't get no penalties or nothing. It was pretty spectacular save, and we watched you work back up. You were 10th position, 12th position, and just slowly working up. How did you avoid all the carnage to make it back up front tonight? Because it was definitely a struggle and definitely a battle the whole way.
I don't know, bro. It was hard. It was hard. Our only game plan was our strategy was to take tires. If a caution came out right around halfway, we were going to take tires. And we did that. And man, next thing you know, like you said, it was 10th, 8th, 7th, 5th. Next thing you know, we're up front and we never looked back. We just had to go for it.
Now, I'm guessing that on one of those restarts, you must have shown that you had some more tires than Roberts, because we had talked to him with about 20 laps to go, and he said he's got enough tires. And the next caution came out. He went to the pits, got some tires, and you took that lead. So I believe you might have scared him off there a little bit, and he might have thought, hey, if this is the time, this is the time. And he made it from 10th all the way up to 5th. He definitely put in a grand effort. But when we went back racing, there was only 6 laps to go, and that's just not enough time to get by 9 vehicles, especially when you're all racing as hard as you are for the end of the race. So you got her done, man. You scared them. You out attritioned everybody. You got through everybody. And you finally made it up into Victory Lane here. Round number 3, scoring some great points for the championship that is still slowly building and slowly building. Now, next week, we have the first All-Star Challenge race, Five Flags Speedway. How are you feeling about Five Flags after coming off a victory here at Concord?
We're going to have so much momentum. I freaking love Five Flags. And and this SK modified, it's going to be a blast. And yeah, you look for us up front for sure.
Well, Billy, anybody you want to thank for this win you got here tonight? It was absolutely spectacular to watch, absolutely spectacular to call, and I bet you're feeling great about it.
I'm up cloud nine, brother. But yeah, for sure. I have to thank Glenn Sidman, man, from Simability Racing. He lets me run this league on Wednesday nights. And man, we've been having a blast for a couple years now, just having fun. And I personally use one of his wheels. I've been using that for 8 years now. So simability.com, check them out. And my buddy Steve Sadler, Action Sports Foundation, really great company. You got to check them out. They do a lot of clinics, and it's a nonprofit organization, and they do a lot of clinics for sports clinics, wheelchair sports clinics, and paragliding, and the WCMX, and they do a lot of stuff. Check them out. ASF.org, actionsportsfoundation.org.
Well,
You know,
there you have it, folks. Your winner tonight here at Concord, round number 3 for the SK Super Series, Billy Wise in the number 32. Congratulations, Billy. Live it up, and we will see you next week in Five Flags.
yes, sir. Beers and bong rips all around. Woo! Wise guys racing, baby. Yeah.
There you have it. Billy Wise, super excited to have it taken the win here at Five Flags. And we'll take one more look here at the schedule. February 1st, we go to Five Flags Motor Speedway for the All-Star Challenge event. And then the week after that, we hit a fairly larger track, Iowa Motor Speedway. I believe that's even bigger than Richmond. So it is going to be short track and then a bigger track. And then we go to Irwindale the week after that, which is another short track. Langley, Lanier, and then Martinsville in March 8th is our second All-Star Challenge race. So just over a month between our All-Star Challenge races. These guys really going to have to be putting in some effort trying to get these cars to go fast at some of these races, because it is going to test them. We've got New Smyrna, North Wilkesboro, Oxford Plains, one of my most favorite short tracks around. Richmond, which is our third All-Star race. Phoenix, South Boston, and Southern National, two very, very short, very, very awesome battle tracks on the 19th and 26th. And then we go to Stafford, and then the Bull Ring. The Bull Ring is going to be our fourth and final All-Star Challenge event. If all four can be won by a single driver, they're going to take home that cash prize. But everybody else who's not that winner, if they can take it, is going to be thinking about the 2 weeks left before the championship comes to a close. And it is two longer oval short tracks, Thompson and USA. We are going to finish our season at Lakeland, and it is going to be one awesome show. And I'm sure our points championship is going to be very, very close when it comes down to that. From everybody here at JP Broadcasting, we appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for them notifications, and as always, hit that like button and let us know what you love and who you love, and we will see you guys next